Okay, everyone, I'd like to welcome you back to another interview on BizWestMichigan. Pretty excited. I've got a friend of mine, John Vanderhaagen, who is the e-ticket sales and social media manager for the Grand Rapids Griffins hockey team. John is a native of East Lansing and has been involved with the sports and entertainment industry within West Michigan since actually the inaugural season of the Grand Rapids Griffins, almost 13 years. He's done a variety of different things, including working for various events at Van Andel, the Grand Rapids Rampage, the Griffins, and several others. So yeah, I know John through some projects that he and I have done together. We've actually collaborated on a couple projects with the Detroit Red Wings, which is very exciting. And a little bit of information, John, he actually lives downtown Grand Rapids, just north of the city, and absolutely loves it here. So, John, welcome to BizWestMichigan.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Rob. I'm excited for that.
You're welcome, and thanks for being here. So, what I thought we could do is we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. You have a lot of things going on, obviously, with the Griffins, and the Griffins has a very long season. But why don't you tell me a little bit about kind of your role there and what's going on with the Griffins?
Yeah, for sure, Rob. My role specifically, I'm in charge of all the social media here. So I report to the director of ticket sales. So ultimately, my job is to help fill the seats through ticket sales through our social media. But ultimately, what I'm doing as well is a lot of PR for the team. I'm amplifying what our public relations department, what our media department puts out. We're relying less and less on traditional media and more on what we can do in-house. So we create a lot of really good content in-house via video, via interviews, and then what I'm doing is putting that information out to our fans. So it's a nice mix of both ticket sales offers, some discounts that our fans who are connected with us can get, but also putting the word out about Griffins hockey to our fans who have chosen to connect with us.
Perfect. So, how did you decide? Now, you graduated from Calvin.
Yes.
How did you decide to get involved in sports marketing, and how did that lead to social media?
Yeah, that's a funny story. It was kind of, it's always been a passion of mine. Growing up, attending sporting events, I knew once I couldn't be a baseball player, once that dream died, that I wanted to work in sports. So I was fortunate enough through a connection at Calvin to get an internship during the '99 season here. I started a little bit younger than most people do. I started in my sophomore year, and I guess I worked hard enough, convinced the right people enough to bring me back on both my junior year and then hire me on full-time in my senior year. So I got started a little early, but always knew that this was going to be the career for me. I started in the ticket sales world. I was a ticket sales intern and corporate sales intern. When I was first hired on my senior year, I did ticket sales, worked my way up through that, became the ticket sales manager for the Grand Rapids Rampage of the Arena Football League, and then did some game operations things, left to do some music promotion, production stuff, and then came back when I saw this opportunity. Unfortunately, a few seasons ago, the Arena Football League went defunct. The Rampage left town. But I was fortunate enough that we had an owner in Dan DeVos that also owned the Griffins. So I had a good relationship with the people over here in this office yet and came over and suggested this position and was very fortunate that the Griffins saw this as an opportunity as well. So I'm now entering my third season in this position. Griffins were actually the first team in the American Hockey League to have a solely dedicated social media person.
Wow.
Before, it had kind of been the afterthought of an intern, or a lot of teams even still have their front office receptionist do it or their media person do it as one of their many jobs. But I was really lucky that the Griffins saw this as an opportunity as well to craft this position, to make this position solely dedicated to social media and go from there. So we've definitely had some success due to the commitment of the organization of having this be such an important part of what we do, of our marketing mix and our ticket sales mix.
Perfect. Yeah, one of the things that I can say about the Griffins is, from a media standpoint, you know, they are a lot more sophisticated than a lot of the other teams in the league. I mean, I've had an opportunity to talk with a couple of the other teams in the league with some of the other stuff that I get to do, especially with my role as Superior Business Solutions, you know, with promotional and the digital media and the marketing technology stuff. So, and actually, it was the general manager of the Chicago team is actually the former guy from the Rampage. So,
Yeah,
or he was.
Yeah.
So, which was kind of
too to have such a great broadcasting guy in Bob Kaiser. He's definitely NHL caliber.
Yep.
Our media department and Randy Cleves and Kyle Fiala did a tremendous job. So we're blessed to have that NHL level a media department here on the AHL and the local level.
Yeah, and you guys are pretty lucky too in the fact that we are an affiliate, or I'm a hockey guy, everybody knows that, and actually John got to watch me ref a game a couple weeks ago at Van Andel. I got to ref a kids game at Van Andel, which was very exciting, but having an organization like the Griffins with the support that you've got locally, but then also being able to work with really the world-class Red Wings group. You and I talked a couple of years ago.
3 hours down the road has been a great blessing for our team. Yeah, it's been a great relationship.
So, well, to that end, why don't we talk a little bit about kind of what's going on and how has social media, in your opinion, kind of changed the sports marketing or the sports and entertainment industry overall, but also specifically for West Michigan?
Yeah, for us it's been just a great way to really increase our budgets. A lot of the things that we can do now are tools that are very low cost or free. So, being a minor league team, our ad budgets have been shrinking every year, as they should. But we've been able to do more and more with that. So what we're seeing the biggest benefit is in our off season. Before, 3-4 years ago, at the end of our season, we would just kind of go away. And then we would ramp things back up as soon as we got our schedule late in the summer, and then really try and get back in the forefront of people's minds. But now, between our Facebook followers, our Twitter followers, our email list, I can talk to nearly 100,000 people every day, multiple times a day in the off season, just to remind them that we're still here. Here are some things that we're doing in the community. Here are some things that we've got lined up for next season. Remember this from last season. So it's really been the biggest benefit that I've seen is to keep that regular contact with our fans in the off-season. Now, in season as well, similar, we're able to talk to 100,000 plus people daily and just remind them about all the different things that we have going on, where we don't have to rely on a TV ad or a radio ad that will probably get missed. So these tools have been just such a great way to both get our information out in front of people, but to stay in regular, constant contact with people, which is key in our marketing mix.
Absolutely, and that's really that's what we've seen from just business in general. Everybody. It's funny that one of the things with social media is a lot of the platforms are free, but you're a staff member for the Griffins, and your job for that organization is social media management, and that's one of the things that certainly comes up from the standpoint of that's probably one of the biggest challenges for business, especially business in West Michigan, or actually not just in West Michigan, but everywhere, is, the platforms are free, to be able to do a lot of the stuff is free, but, the knowledge that you have and the experience that you have and knowing what works and what doesn't work is pretty critical. And, there's certainly some training that has to be done. Obviously, my partner on BizWestMichigan is Deborah Richmond. That's a lot of what she does. But you guys are also going to be doing a seminar here on social media pretty soon.
Yeah, we've got coming up on April 4th. We've got several great other people who have jobs similar to mine who are going to be coming in and leading this seminar. It's about an hour long. We're going to get started here at the arena at 6 o'clock. We'll go from 6 to 7, and then everybody who comes out to that will also get to enjoy the game against the Texas Stars that night. So. If people are interested, we've got information on our website, griffinshockey.com/seminar. It's a great way for people who are just considering this for their businesses, or for students who are interested in how they might be able to use social media as a career. Just come out and hear from some local experts just about how what we're doing, and how they might be able to do that as well.
Perfect. And we'll certainly have a link on this post underneath here that'll go to that. And I can say firsthand, the great thing is that obviously we're doing this interview because you're a pro, but I'm signed up. I'm a fan of the Griffins on Facebook, and the communication that you put out there, the way that you do it, it's first class. You do a great job from that standpoint. So.
And really know that people are having these conversations about us online, and we just want to be able to monitor and steer those conversations. So that's another huge benefit that we've found that other businesses in town can find as well. People are talking about your business, so you need to be able to to get out there and have a handle on that, and the tools that are out there available are amazing now. You can do all sorts of things that 5-10 years ago you weren't able to do.
Okay, so I have to ask you, have you updated the Griffins page to the new timeline?
We have, yep. We did that actually the first day that was available, and we were kind of anticipating that. So we had a long list of our team history ready to go, ready to drop into that. So now fans are able to go back. It's almost like a digital scrapbook. You can go back to team inception, view various important milestones in team history, see photos from our history dating back all the way to 1996, and really look through and see not only our post history from everything that we've done on Facebook, but you can go back and see all the way back to team inception. It's really kind of a fun way to view our organizational history.
It is. I know a lot of businesses actually don't even know that that's coming up. There's a deadline actually the end of March that you have to, either you do it or they'll do it for you.
Right.
So, and then one of the things that I wanted to ask you too is based on what you get to do. I mean, you've kind of got the dream job for a lot of people in that you're involved in sports marketing, you're involved in social media, and you get to be downtown. What are a couple of the crazier things that have happened, or what's kind of a couple of the crazy things that you've seen from a social media perspective that you want to share?
Well, we're always dealing with, anytime you get 10,000 people in one place for an event and you mix some beer in there sometimes, happening. So that's both the benefit and the drawback to social media, is that people, you find out quickly the negatives that happen, but it provides us an opportunity to both respond to that publicly and show people that we are taking their concerns to heart. Our social media platforms have been a great way to get fan feedback. We all internally think that we know our product, but nobody knows the product better than our fans. So this provides a great outlet for them to provide us with ideas and thoughts, and quite often some constructive criticism. So, a lot of times after our Dollar Beer Fridays, we get some feedback of some people who might have gone a little bit overboard. But again, the beauty of what I do is that we're able to respond to that. We're able to find out in-game a lot quicker. We've set up a way that fans can provide feedback via Twitter, via some text messaging outlets, where, as in years past, we might not hear about this till the week after when we receive an angry letter. Now we might receive a tweet from somebody saying, hey, we've got a problem in section 210, can you send somebody over? I'm able to radio down to a staff member who's able to go handle that immediately. So just the response rate, the response time has been quickened a lot, and we're able to address a lot of the problems that before we might not have heard about, or fans might have just told their friends rather than telling us directly.
I'm glad you brought that up, because one of the things that I know is a concern for a lot of businesses before they even jump into social media is, what do I do if somebody posts something bad, or what if I get a bad review or whatever? And the great thing is, and as you know, like you just said, is you can get, real-time live information. Obviously, you're set up because you're dialed into it all the time, but there's a lot of things that you can do that, you can post responses. You can, people don't like it when you delete their post on Facebook or whatever if they're grumpy, but, there are things that you can do to help kind of manage your reputation. I mean, there's reputation management tools and services and companies out there, but the benefit for social media, like you just talked about, is it can be tremendous for businesses. And I think that one of the great things about West Michigan that I love is it's a progressive conservative group, and when something works, they don't get involved in the whole hype cycle as much. And typically and I don't know how familiar everybody is with the hype cycle, but when a new technology comes out, there's all the excitement for it when it first comes out, and then it peaks and then it goes down, and they call that the trough of disillusionment, and then it comes back up. The good news is West Michigan, because we are a major test market for consumer products goods and the educational base here and the demographics, we're pretty unique, and I think more companies could really benefit doing kind of what you guys are doing with the Griffins from a social media perspective. So,
yeah, absolutely. And another beauty of what I do is that there is no textbook. There are no yet. So a lot of what we're doing, we're failing at, but there's really no harm. We try a lot of things. We throw a lot at the wall. If it sticks, great, we'll do it again. If not, we'll brush it off and adjust course. So we know that people are talking about us. We want to be there. We want to be there monitoring that. We want to be there on top of problems and really addressing things in real time as we can.
Perfect. All right, so let's do a real quick recap here real quick. The event is on April 4th,
Yep.
and it starts at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
It's at the arena. It's up in what room?
They're in the banquet room, so on the main level, but people will need to register beforehand, and we'll have that link, but it's griffinshockey.com/seminar. The event cost is $15, also includes a ticket to the game immediately following the seminar.
Oh, wow. All right, so make sure when you guys do that, I'm going to assume that you guys are going to videotape it and all that fun stuff.
Yes. Yep.
If that's a free video, let us know. We can put a link on BizWestMichigan for it. But and we'll certainly have a link, like I said, on this that's down below here, and we'll have that on there. So, John, I want to take this opportunity again. Thank you, and look forward to hearing how the seminar goes. I'll probably be there, and have a great season. And we look forward to Griffins' continued success.
Yeah, thank you, Rob. Thanks for the opportunity, and best of luck with BizWestMichigan.
Thanks. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, John.